Okay, welcome everyone. This is version 2 of my PCM70 editor. It's been written completely from scratch in C++ to replace the old version. Lots of improvements really, and some cool new features. So, first thing I notice is when it comes up, it asks you if you want to restore the save state. At this point, I'm going to say no, but if you say yes, it would remember the last state that you left the editor in, and it would send that to the PCM70 so you could pick up where you left off. But for now, I'm going to say no. Just going to request the patch for the moment and get the gated room. Okay, we've got all our parameters laid out here in rows, just like they are on the PM70, and the modulation stuff is over here. First new feature is because it's built on new C++ platform and new juice, we can very easily scale it. So that's as big as it goes. This is a 2K monitor, so give you an idea of how big you can go, and then all the way down like that. It's as easy as that to resize on whatever monitor you've got. So let's just bring it up so we can see it better. There we go. First cool new feature is MIDI learn here. So what we do is, and if you go in the options, when you select your MIDI output port here, your MIDI input here, and you select a controller here. So I've got a Nano Control 2 controller down here, but any old controller that sends MIDI CC will do. So I've just got it set to that one. Save that. Then we've got a new button here called MIDI learn. So what we do is press the MIDI learn. MIDI learn active, move at GUI parameters. So okay, we just grab the mix and go, there we go, parameter capture to send MIDI CC. Grab the knob that sends the MIDI CC we want to connect to that. Grab this one here, and it says MIDI learn complete. There we go. Now if we just grab this, we've got full control of the mix control now, and you can see that that's controlling the PCM70 as well. Do another one. We'll do the FX adjust, and then we'll move the second one, and the MIDI learn is complete, and we've now got control of that one as well, and that one. And you could just go on and on and on basically with all the parameters that are on the front screen here, and basically turn any standard MIDI CC controller into a controller for your PCM70. So that's cool. We've got the usual program select here, request patch and send patch in case you get out of sync between the hardware and the GUI. New randomize function as well. That wasn't present on the last version. We can hit randomize and we get a random patch of some description, and we can just keep going and keep going and keep going, and it will pick a random algorithm and randomize the parameters within certain ranges. It will randomize parameters. Obviously things like mix and FX adjust have to be quite high, otherwise you won't hear anything. So I've kind of tailored the randomization to give you something usable. Okay, let's just pick Reg 00. There we go, get the chorus back again. Okay, I mean that's basically, obviously, then all the GUI controls do whatever the GUI controls do, or you can map it to a controller and do it that way. That's basically the patch control there. So let's move on to the Librarian. This is the Librarian section of the editor. This is much expanded on the old version. So we've got one section here which is request from the PCM70, save to the PCM70, save to the Librarian, and disk operations. So what we've got here is kind of virtual memory that lives inside the editor. It's volatile, so if you shut it down, you will lose what's in here. But it's fairly easy to get back again. So request current patch. That's just a repeat of that button there. It's just put in there for niceness sake. So first of all we can request the reg memories. So you'll see the PCM display flashing away there as we transfer all the reg memories into here. Okay, so we've now got them all inside the Librarian. So what we can do now, instead of using the old clunky old-fashioned program change, we can actually just instantly with one click load up different patches just like this. If you want to swap the reg memories around, you can left click, hold, drag it to wherever you want to go. You'll get a swap dialog that says, do you want to swap this in the Librarian only? In other words, just in here, or do you want to swap it in Librarian and hardware? In which case it will resave to the PCM70's reg memories in the new order that you've selected. So just for now, I'm going to say cancel. We won't do it. We can also request the program memories like this. This takes a little bit longer, so I'll probably just speed this up in the edit. And there we go. We've got all the program memories loaded into the Librarian as well. It takes a little bit longer because there isn't really any shortcuts in the System X to do it. So I had to do a bit of jiggery pokery to get it to work. So and again, here we can go. You can just select whatever you like. So rather than using the clunky program change, you can just instantly swap patches like this by single clicking. If you try and drag in the program memory thing, it'll say swapping memory slots not possible in Program Bank, because there's not really much point in doing it. You can't do it in the hardware, so there's not much point in doing it in here. We haven't lost the reg memories. A little button up here, we can swap backwards and forwards here between the reg memories and the program memories. So they're two separate memory banks effectively in the Librarian. So yes, so disk operations. So we can save the reg memories to disk. So we've got our reg memories here. Do that, and then you go, brings up the file browser, and then we can give it a name, whatever you like. Reg mems, that'll do. Save that. That's now saved to disk, and you can reload it. If you do load from disk, you can then like repick it and reload it again later. So it's good for backup. I'll just cancel that now. Save patch to Librarian. Yeah, so if we edited something in here and we thought that sounded quite cool, we could say, okay, snare chamber. Okay, let's call it share snare chamber 2 because we've edited it. There we go, snare chamber 2. Go back to the Librarian, and then we could just say save patch to Librarian, and then we could stick that into one of the reg memories in here. Save current patch to PCM70. So this is the save to PCM70 section. So if I do that now, it'll say which memory you want to do it, and instead of putting it into the Librarian, it'll actually stick it into the registry memory inside your PCM70. So I don't want to do that at the moment, so I'll just cancel. Save all patches to PM70. Yeah, so you try and do that. You'll get a warning, obviously, because we're going to overwrite all these patches in the memory here, in the Librarian here, straight into the reg memories in the PCM70. So obviously you want a nice big warning for that, because you might be about to lose all your work. So we don't want that. So I'm going to say, no, don't do that. Thank you very much. And then this button down here, this is a carry on from the last one as well. So save all V2 presets to PCM70. So if you've got PCM70 like me with the version 3 firmware in it, but you want the version 2 presets in your reg memories, you can just hit this button here. And again, you'll get a warning. All the standard V2 presets will be loaded into your PCM70 reg memories. So you can have all the version 3 presets in your program memories and all the version 2 presets in your reg memories, which is what I do. Then you've got the best of both worlds. So I'm going to say no for that. No, we go. And yeah, there you go. That's more or less it for the standalone version. And we'll just pop into the door now, and I'll show you some of the plugin features. Okay, here we are inside the door. So Logic in this case. I'll just create a software instrument, and then we'll just swap this out for my editor here. Okay, we'll just expand that out a little bit. Right, got to set up our MIDI ports again. Like that, and I'm going to set up the controller again. Save that. Okay. First thing to note is that in the plugin version, you don't get the dialog when you start it up to say, do you want to restore the state or do you not? Because you're in the plugin door environment, I've just assumed that you're going to want to restore the state, so it automatically restores the state. So it should carry on where you left off the last time you closed the project down. Just going to request the patch here, obviously because we have no state to restore at this point because we're just starting from scratch. Okay, so what can you do with a plug-in version that you can't do with the standalone? Well, basically, you've got that kind of automatic restore state facility, and of course automation is the other main difference. So if we just let's just set this controller up as well. I think we'll just quickly shift that, and then I'll move this one. Okay, just so we've got that that controller set up for the mix parameter. Right, so we go on here, hit A. Latch is the best mode in Logic. Not sure what it will be in your DAW. Hit play, and then you can either move the mix control yourself here or grab your controller, and we'll do it that way. And there's our automation being drawn. And then we'll stop it, put this back into read, go back to the beginning, press the button, and then you go, all your automation has been recorded and played back, and the PCM70 responds. So there you go, that's the automation. And that's basically about it then, really. Got VST3 and component plugins for Windows and for Mac. Don't do AAX for Pro Tools at the moment. It's just another step that I don't really want to get into. Right, okay, great. Yeah, so if you're interested, just go to my website and use the contact form at the bottom. Thanks for watching. Cheers.